guys, welcome back to another episode of What the Smut Book Reviews. What the Smut Book Reviews. Hi, my name is Candace. I'm your host. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode. So exciting. Fake it till you make it, right? I feel terrible. Okay. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing this guy right here. Look at that. This is Passion Unleashed by Larissa Ione. This is part of her Demonica series. Okay, a couple things that I just gotta, because you know I gotta. Ignore this. I somehow I ripped the book. I don't know. I put scotch tape on it. I don't take care of my stuff. Can you tell? This. As you can see in the thumbnail, this got me a rage. Okay. Special price. Cool, 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 cool. Love a good bargain, right? It's not a sticker. It's printed on the cover as part of the cover. Why? Why do you do this? Like, no, it's never gonna, no. It's just there for always, forever and always. And everyone will know how cheap I am because I bought the special price book. I didn't actually, I think I bought the secondhand, but that's besides the point. I just gave myself away as being doubly cheap. Don't tell nobody. Yeah. So I don't understand why this is a thing and why people do this, but publishers, stop. Okay. Printer people who make the book, stop. People who approve the design, stop. I hate it. It makes me so angry. I have to do another review in a few minutes for another book that has a price sticker on the front, and it looks like really old and janky price sticker, and I know that it's gonna fucking stay on there forever. And it's gonna be like, I'm gonna have to peel off little bits at a time, and then it's still gonna be the sticky residue, and I could just go on forever about this. Chill. Okay. So yeah, in today's video, we're going to be talking about this book. This book is book 3 in Larissa Ione's Demonica series. This has 484 pages, which you wouldn't think to look at it because it's not really, like, it looks like a standard paperback, right? I mean, I don't know. You can get this currently for your Nook or Kindle for the price of $5.99. You can get the mass market paperback, brand new, on Amazon for $6. 1 penny more than the digital price. I've talked about this before. I don't understand how these price points are made up. $5.99 for a digital download that they can reproduce a bajillion times. One file, you reproduce. I don't really know how that works, but in my brain, it sounds, you know. Or printing physical copies of books with paper and ink and cardstock or whatever, right? And you charge almost as much for the digital copy as you do for the actual book. So either you're losing copious amounts of money on these, or you're making a killing on digital downloads. I'm just saying, something smells fishy here. I'm sure the author has no, like, very little say maybe in like what Amazon charges, or maybe I don't know. But I'm just saying, 1 penny more. Buy the book, buy the physical book, because it's a good series and you want it for your collection. So do it. Okay, so you can also currently get this book used on eBay in varying conditions for starting out around like $4 with free shipping. So if you don't mind a used book and you want to save a couple bucks. You could go that route. You will have to wait probably a little bit longer for it to be delivered than if you have Prime membership with Amazon. You pay $2 more. I'm just saying. So I will read you guys the blurb for this, and then we can break it down a little bit, and then we'll get into it because, I mean, we'll get into it as we break it down. You know what I'm saying. My brain is garbage. Okay, so the blurb for this one says, Serena Kelly is an archaeologist and treasure hunter and a woman with a secret. Since she was 7, she's been the keeper of a powerful charm that grants her health and immortality, as long as she stays a virgin. But Serena isn't all that innocent, and when a dangerously handsome stranger brings her to the brink of ecstasy, she wonders if she's finally met the one man she cannot resist. Wraith is a Seminus demon with a death wish. But when an old enemy poisons him, he must find Serena and persuade her to give him the only known antidote in the universe, her charm. Yet, as she begins to surrender to his seductions, and Wraith senses the cure is within his grasp, he realizes a horrible truth. He's falling for the woman whose life he must take in order to save his own. Okay. I'm going to try really hard to remember all the details of this book. Not because it wasn't good and not because it wasn't memorable, but because I've procrastinated recording. I had pre-filmed a few videos. I was a hit, right? I'm thinking, Candace, are you an adult who has their life together? I was. And then I used all those videos and I didn't record anything else in the meantime. And so now I'm at the point where I have to record or I won't get a video out next week. And so I don't have a choice. But in the meantime, I have been reading a lot and listening to a lot of audiobooks and kind of doing like half-half, which is what I've been my jam lately. Like I'll read half on my Kindle, or I'll read parts on my Kindle, or I'll read parts in the physical book, and then I'll I'll listen to other bits on the audio version, right? Why do I feel like this shirt is choking me? I can't. And so I'm going to try and remember the details of this book, because since I read this book, I've read the next 2 in the series. So I'm trying to, we'll get there. So obviously the 2 main characters of this book are Serena and Wraith. Okay, if you have read the first 2 books in the Demonica series, the first book was Eidolon's book. He is the head doctor at UG, which is Underworld General Hospital, which is a demon hospital. The second book belonged to Shade, who is Eidolon's brother. Half brother, I guess. Like they're all half brother, half siblings, right? So Shade was book 2, and Shade got frisky with a werewolf and some hot stuff happened, you know. And this book is Wraith's book, which is their half brother, who is a vampire. So he's half demon, Seminus demon, which is code for sex demon, because if he doesn't have sex like a couple times a day, he'll like die. And then the other half of him is a vampire. So essentially, Wraith's mom, Wraith is a complicated character because, Wraith's mom was a vampire. She was a sadistic bitch. She was impregnated by a Seminus demon. I believe it was against her will, if I'm not mistaken. And she became pregnant. She had this kid who turned out to be like half vampire and whatever. And from that time on, she essentially like physically tortured him. And he grew up really fucked up. Okay? So, he's been up to this point in the series. He has been the bad boy of the do they even have last names? Eidolon something, Shades, I don't know. I can't remember. But he's been the bad boy of the brother clan, right? So he is the devil may care, live by the seat of his pants type playboy. You know what I'm saying? Like he gets around. Okay. He also has some very unusual characteristics, like features. So his eyes are like blue, which is not normal for a Seminus demon / vampire. He also has blonde hair, which I think all the bits that are not like correct for his species are like transplanted bits that were taken from the people who like abused him. So they like gouged his eyes out. So when he was rescued eventually by Shade and Eidolon, they plucked some other dude's eyeballs out and put them inside Wraith's face. So that's why his eyes are blue. Okay. So he's always been that playboy type, and he essentially has been poisoned with rewind. Okay, let's go back because I'm on like 13 minutes into this video. So if you've read the first two books, or if you've seen my reviews for the first two books, you will know that they had another half-brother named Rogue who was batshit cray. Okay. Rogue is now like kind of like a phantom-ish, whatever. He's invisible and he's still there. He's not really a ghost, but he's kind of like a ghost. He's there wreaking havoc in the hospital, which comes more into play in the next book. Because, yeah. So, essentially what had happened was, before Rogue's death, or untimely vanishingness, he basically hired some assassins to kill his brothers, Shade and Eidolon and Wraith. So he hired assassins to kill them. There is a character that crops up in this book by the name of Lore, who, spoiler alert, turns out to be also their brother. Apparently, like, their dad really got around, which I guess is normal for like a Seminus demon, because you need sex and you're just like procreating all over the place. And so, yeah, so Lore is an assassin that was hired to kill these guys. Turns out, okay, well, I'm kind of your brother, so that's fucked up, you know. But Rogue hired Lore to kill the brothers, even in the event of his death. So Rogue is now like a creepy ghost guy, but they're not off the hook, right? So one of the things that Rogue stole from UG when he broke in one of the previous books was a very rare poison that Wraith had procured for Eidolon for research purposes, for science, right? Well, now Wraith has been dosed with the poison. There is really no known cure for this poison. But they hear word of this girl or this woman who is working for the Aegis as like a treasure hunter. And she's currently in Egypt looking for these artifacts, these mystical artifacts. And she is apparently what's called charmed, insert Serena. Serena is essentially immortal. As long as she stays a virgin, she's like impervious to harm. So, nothing, like if you try and like, you know, it'll like glance off to the side, or like you'll trip over yourself or whatever. Like something mystical, divine forces will get in your way and you will not be able to hurt her. She's charmed. If she loses the charm, she will die. So when Serena was a little girl, she was attacked by some type of creepy creature. I forget which kind. And in order to save her life, she was going to die from like the poison or the infection that was in the creature, that the creature put into her. She was going to die, and so she was charmed to save her life. She will remain charmed, or she will remain alive as long as she doesn't lose her charm. If she loses her charm, she will revert back to the disease that she had before, and she will eventually die. So yeah, so she is currently in Egypt looking for these mystical artifacts for the Yeahhhs. Specifically a guy named Val, and a guy, his son David or whoever is like in the picture too, but he's like we don't care about him. So Val is like her boss at the Yeahhhs, or she's a guardian, whatever. And he has sent her to look for these mystical artifacts. She wears a necklace, which is part of like her charm gig. It's like a mystical token type thing. And apparently it's like a really powerful weapon that will potentially open a doorway or a gateway into heaven. So there's going to be like angels are coming into play now, right? Yeah. So Eidolon and Shade discover that, oh shit, this charmed one is in Egypt. Wraith, you got to go find her, and you got to get her to give you the charm so that you will survive, because we don't care about this little pissant guardian. Like, we don't care about her. She's a non-entity, right? So Wraith really doesn't care if he lives or dies. Like, he doesn't really, whatever. But he goes. So he goes to Egypt, and he runs into Serena there. And I think you guys can tell, like, how this is going to go. She can only give up the charm via sex. So she has sex with Wraith. She becomes uncharmed. He becomes charmed. The charm saves his life from the poison. Okay. I think we all know how this is going to go, right? Like, he's going to meet her, and he's going to be like, dang, girl, you fine. Like, first of all, you're kind of a pain in the ass at first, but, right? And she's going to be like, ooh, hey, Blondie, what's up? Right? Okay. That's exactly what happens. There is another sketchy dude who's working behind the scenes to attempt to get the charm and Serena for himself. And that is a demon by the name of Bizamoth. Okay, I was getting ready to say Balthazar, and then I was like, no, that's not right. That's also from Charm, the show. So Bizamoth is a fallen angel. And he's trying to get his way back into heaven so that he can wreak havoc and start like this like unholy war. And he needs the charm and the amulet to do so, right? So he's also after Serena. So Wraith and Bizamoth are trying to like compete to get in. Bizamoth is obviously like a grotesque looking whatever, but he's like concealed himself to make himself look good. So they're traipsing through Egypt looking for these artifacts. There's like a coin and there's something else. There's like, right? So Wraith is essentially like her sidekick in this mission because she just can't get rid of him. He's like following her around for some unknown reason. Well, we know what it is because we already talked about it. And yeah, so essentially Bizamoth is tailing them and attempting to steal the charm and the necklace and low-key like molest Serena, right? So that he can break his way back into heaven. The culmination of this adventure that they're currently on is going to end in a massive battle between demons and angels and bad guys and other assassins and such, right? So yeah, so if you remember, I don't remember if I talked about it much, but maybe in the last book I did. So there is a guy who is like behind the scenes, not like behind the scenes, but like he's not a main character in terms of he has not had his own book. it seems like his relationship, and whom I'm talking about is Kynan, who was the leader of the New York chapter of the Aegis. His wife cheated on him, and I don't know if you've watched my previous videos, you know what the hell I'm talking about. If you haven't, do that, because you'll be brought up to speed, and it's more than I can explain to you. So essentially, Kynan is in an off-again, on-again relationship with Jem, who is Eidolon's mate's half-sister. Are you still with me? Did I lose you? Their relationship is playing out in the background throughout all of these books. So, towards the end of this book, Kynan gets a lot more, like, if this was a movie, he'd be getting a lot more screen time, because Kynan, turns out, is the descendant or whatever of, like, he's descended from angels or whatever. He has angelic, like, properties in his blood. And they have to basically rely on him. He comes in, like, last minute in the clutch to save the day, which is just like him because he's such a good guy. And yeah, so there's this huge, massive battle, and it's good versus evil, basically. And the winner gets to either open a gateway into heaven to wreak havoc, or keep that gateway shut and prevent the bad guys from getting in. Okay? So yeah, that's pretty much what this book is about. I liked Wraith. I like Wraith as a character. He's very, like, gives no fucks type guy. He has, like, very sarcastic, very sarcastic attitude most of the time, which is, like, right up my alley. I love that. I do like that. And Serena is a very ballsy, like, because she's charmed and she knows that nothing can, like, really get her. She's very, like, brash and in your face too, which I really enjoyed. And yeah, for the rating for the book, I gave it a solid 9. Towards the end of this book, I was chomping at the bit for Lore's book, because Lore is just so, like, I thought reading the first 2 books that Wraith was, like, damaged, which is, if you know anything about me, that's my shtick. That's my kryptonite. But Lore is, like, more fucked up. So, like, I was like, Wraith who? No, I still love Wraith. But I was like, is Lore's book next? Because I need it, like, now. Spoiler alert, Lore's book is next, okay? I did read it, and y'all, I can't. We'll get there when I review that. You'll see. But yeah, for this one, I did give it a solid 9. I really enjoyed the book. I'm really enjoying the series. I read these books, like, 15 years ago. At least the first, like, 2 or 3 in the series. And then I just kind of fell off after I moved from South Carolina to New York. And now that I'm back in South Carolina, I'm trying to pick up where I left off. But I started back at the beginning to do a reread because I knew I wasn't going to remember anything because my brain is terrible. So I am really enjoying the reread of the first few books. And a lot of stuff that I had forgotten is coming back. And now I'm going to start delving into the books that I had not gotten up to. So I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. I would highly recommend this book and this series to anyone. If you like J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood series, if you like Gina Showalter's Lords of the Underworld series, or Cressley Cole's IAD series, like, if you like those where it's, like, serious shit peppered with humor, this is right up your alley. I think you will really enjoy this. I really like Larissa's writing style. It's again along the same lines as to those other paranormal romance series, that I read and that I'm used to, and I really love this. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. I floundered throughout this whole fucking video, and I don't know why. I think it's just because I feel like overwhelmed with how many books I have to review. But it's my own fault because I suck. So yeah. If you like me and you like my channel and you could stomach me for this long, you're either mentally fucked up or you have the patience of a saint. Please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications when I upload a new video. You can also keep up with notifications for upcoming videos, like little sneak peeks, as well as like giveaways. I do giveaways sometimes by joining my members only Facebook group or following me on Instagram and Twitter. I do have all of those things. I will link them down in the description box below, and I'll put a little banner here on the screen for you guys to see. And yeah, that's it. I really appreciate you guys watching and sticking with me for another video. If you're new here, hi. I could lie and say that they're not all like this, but they are. I really appreciate you coming though. That's great. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in my next video. I love you so much. Bye. P.S. Stick around for the blooper reel because it's going to be chock full of me just having actual meltdowns. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna start recording. Okay. Okay. Do I even fucking remember what this book is about? I'm drowning. I'm drowning in to be done reviews. Let's see. What do we got? We got... Okay. Oh my god, I don't even remember what this book is about. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna wing it. Okay. We're gonna make sure I don't have lipstick on my teeth.
I'm hungry. Cheese.
Are you serious right now?
Yes.
Charlotte. Your purple eyeshadow makes you look like a malnourished phantom. Show the camera. Show. Okay. Cut. Go get some spaghetti or some mac and cheese, or I'll be right back. Okay. Again. Okay. I'm back. Hi. Charlatus interruptus. As usual. Okay. Okay. Serena Kelly is an archaeologist and archaeologist. Why did I hiccup on that? Archaeologist. But when an old enemy poises him. Okay. Wraith's mom was, I want to say she was like raped by we're just gonna wait till he's done because I can't. tea. Y'all know how I do. Tea. You done? You heard enough? Okay. I am so goddamn frazzled. Okay. Okay. I don't know where I was. I forgot. I lost it.